Amy, I have something to let you know about. I'm gonna be staying at a motel near my office from now on, starting today.
What? You're going to stay at a motel? Why? What's this all about?
I just can't take Lily's crying and screaming every night. I can't take it anymore, I tell you.
Well, that's what babies do. They eat, sleep, cry, and smile. Oh, and they poop too.
Must be nice. I'd love to have that life.
You did have that life about 30 years ago, honey. Just like we all did when we were babies ourselves.
I mean, I want that life again now. I don't see why I can't have it again.
Men your age, who just laugh or cry out of the blue for no apparent reason, run the risk of being involuntarily committed. Babies get away with it because they're cute.
Yeah, I get your point, I guess. At any rate, I can't get any sleep lately because of all of her crying, so I just gotta do what I gotta do. So I'm telling you that I'm not gonna be coming home after work much for a while.
Well, she's definitely loud lately, but isn't that part of her growing process? It seems like it to me. Let's try to enjoy watching her grow together. After all, we're her parents, and this is the only chance we'll have to see it.
That's not gonna work for me. I have a job that I do day in and day out, and I can't be getting woken up constantly by her crying every night if I'm gonna be able to do my job.
Hey, I work too, you know.
But the work you do isn't serious. It's simple and you can do it at home.
There's no such thing as a simple job, Brian. You should know that. The stuff I'm making and selling these days is really good, and I'm proud of what I'm doing, and I think it has a future.
Sorry, but I just can't call that work. I mean, if it's fun, then you can't really call it work. Anyway, from where I'm standing, it just looks like a hobby that you make money at once in a while. And not nearly as much money as I make either.
Well, of course not. I just got started with it. Building a business from scratch takes time. But I'm steadily getting more and more orders, and it's moving in the right direction, I think. It's just tough to do this while I'm taking care of Lily and doing all the housework all the time, too.
Oh, I don't even want to hear it. Please spare me that sob story. You can sleep when you need to sleep, can't you? Well, I can't do that. There's no nap time at my company. No matter how tired I am, I just have to power through, and that's exactly what I do all day, every day.
Wow, you think that I can just take a nap whenever I feel like it? That's not the case at all. I have it plenty rough too. With a child Lily's age, I have to use her nap time to get other things done around the house. It's not my nap time, it's only hers.
I don't know, it doesn't sound so tough to me. I think you're making it harder than it needs to be. Just nap when she naps. That's what I do, simple.
I'm telling you, you're underestimating how hard it is to take care of someone 24 hours a day. But you're not around, so you wouldn't know, would you?
Yeah, my boss and colleagues tell me the same thing. I'm skeptical, to say the least. But seriously, are you sure you're just not overdoing it or overcomplicating it?
I don't think I am. I mean, that's not how I usually operate.
Well, it sure looks that way to me. I think you need to reprioritize some things. Anyway, just want to let you know what's up so you don't freak out when I don't come home tonight. Talk to you later.
Brian, hang on a second. We need to talk about this.
Amy, is it true that you're sending Lily to a school for kids with special needs?
Yes, that's right. Why are you suddenly asking me about this now?
Why does she need to go to that kind of school? There's nothing wrong with our daughter. Those schools are for kids with developmental disorders, and that's not the case with our girl.
That's true, but there are also kids who go to those schools who might have those kinds of issues, but we're not sure yet. That's the category that Lily comes under. Her development seems a bit slow, so I want to make sure about it now rather than later. I'm a bit worried about it, to be honest. I don't want her to have a hard time in life.
Why? There's nothing wrong with our daughter. Nothing. You need to pull her out of that school right now. It's just not where our daughter needs to be.
Whoa. You've been basically living at a motel for months now and barely coming home to spend time with her. How could you possibly know anything about Lily's growth and development? You're just not around. I mean, you come home a few times a month to eat a couple of meals with us, drop off your dirty laundry, and then we don't see you again for weeks.
I'm her father. I would know if something was wrong with her. I would know.
Come on. You barely come in contact with each other, even when you drop by. You don't even play with her or anything. It doesn't matter what your connection to her is. If you're not spending time with her, there's no way you can see what I see.
Ugh, there you go, on my case again. You always have something to criticize me about. Look, whatever you do, just don't say anything to my mom and dad about all of this. Got it?
Oh, I already did that. It was the right thing to do.
You did? When? What did you say to them? What did you tell them?
I told them the truth, that there's a possibility that Lily has a developmental disorder and that we're thinking about sending her to a special needs school. I talked to both your parents and mine about it. Like I said, it was the right thing to do. They all said the same thing, Brian. They told me to do whatever needs to be done to help Lily. They all trust my judgment.
Wow, seriously? But why didn't you say anything to me about it? I don't understand. And not just you, my own parents didn't fill me in either. I still don't know what to think about that.
Oh, that's probably because I told them that I was going to talk to you. I mean, that must be the reason. They got all the information from me, so they didn't need to talk to you.
But I haven't heard a word from you about any of this. This is the first I'm hearing of it.
No, it's not. I texted you about it weeks ago and never got a reply. It was showing as read, so I thought you saw the message. Did you somehow miss it?
Huh? Wait, did you really text me? Oh my gosh, you're right, here it is. Hey, you really need to state things more clearly when you text me. I couldn't make heads or tails of that text, so I didn't reply.
Heads or tails? What do you mean? What wasn't clear about what I wrote? I failed to see what I didn't state clearly in that text. I told you what was going on and what I was considering doing about it. You said you were finished with work, and then, when I told you we needed to talk about Lily, you told me you were tired and needed to sleep. You just fell asleep and forgot about it, I bet. I mean, you didn't respond to my other text right after that either.
Hey, you need to write things so that I can easily understand them. This is your fault, Amy. You need to do better next time.
You can say that all you want, but...
If my coworker hadn't said something to me about it, I never would have even noticed.
What? What about your coworker?
I have this really annoying coworker who has a 1-year-old kid with developmental problems. I have no desire to be lumped into the same category with him and his kid, so you need to cease and desist with this special needs stuff. Our daughter is normal.
No, I won't do that. This is all for Lily, so it's happening, regardless of your opinion.
If she's developing slowly, it's your fault. What are you doing wrong? You better figure it out and quick. If you won't pull her out of that school, I'll call them and do it myself. I'm her father, and I can do that, you know?
Now just wait a minute, Brian. You have no business doing that. Stop being so selfish and think about the best interests of your child, please.
Amy, Lily's gonna be in kindergarten next year, right? I'm pretty sure that she's the right age for it anyway.
Oh, you remember. Good for you. I'm impressed. You never come home, so I figured that you didn't remember anything about her.
Hey, it's about our daughter, so of course I remember. What kind of father would I be if I didn't know that basic fact?
That's a pleasant surprise, I must say.
So, what school are you planning on sending her to?
I'm thinking about sending her to the one here near the house. That seems like the best one in a bunch of ways. Plus, that's actually the kindergarten that I went to, you know? My mom and dad both said that it was a good kindergarten, so I'm thinking that it'll be good for Lily too.
What? Why do you want to send her to such a mediocre school? That's not where she should be going. She needs to go to a private school, obviously. I mean, that's the only choice.
Private? Why? Why does that even matter for her at this young age?
I want her to be an elite, so she needs to go to an elite school. It's that simple. A private kindergarten is the only place where she can get the education for gifted children that she deserves.
But the nearest one to home is really far away. It's a 90-minute commute for her, and that's twice a day. Commuting that far every day is going to be tough on Lily, and it'll take time away from other things that she could be doing, like studying and playing. A school closer to home would be so much easier on her, and me too. For instance, if anything comes up, I'll be able to get there quickly.
This isn't about you. It's about Lily and her future. Stop being so selfish. I'm only interested in sending her to private schools. I will not allow any other choice. It's been decided.
Hey, you're the one who's making it about yourself, not me.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking about Lily's future. You should be doing the same.
Oh, is that so? Then by all means, do that. But you should also think about you and me.
What do you mean?
I mean, if Lily forgets to take her lunchbox with her, or she isn't feeling well, it's you or I who has to go and get her or drop stuff off for her.
Why are you assuming that it'll be me who goes to that kind of stuff? That's funny. You're the housewife. It's supposed to be you doing that stuff, not me.
Fine. I'll admit that it'll probably be me who has to go there most of the time, but you're not getting my point.
Not most of the time, all the time.
Fine, if you say so. But that's even more reason for me to be the one who chooses Lily's school.
What? How do you figure?
And also, I'm not just a housewife. I work too. And I'm going to be the one who has to go to the school when things come up, not you.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. It's easy to forget a job that doesn't bring home any money. At any rate, private kindergarten is where Lily's going. End of discussion.
But I told you...
Listen, if Lily gets on the right path early, she can follow in my footsteps and get into an elite company, and then she's set for life. Don't you want that for her too? You should.
An elite company? Your company isn't really one of those, Brian. I mean...
Hey, I do, okay? Do you have a complaint with my job or my salary?
No, of course not. I didn't mean that at all. All right then, I'll talk to Lily and see what she says about the schools.
There's no need for that. She's going to a private school, and that's the end of the discussion.
Aren't her opinion and feelings important at all in this matter? It's her education after all.
She's just a kid. She doesn't know what she needs. Not at all.
Just because she's a kid doesn't mean she can't be involved in the decision or that her opinion doesn't matter. She's certainly capable of saying which school she likes better. That's just a basic opinion.
Enough already. She's going to a private school, and that's that. I won't have it any other way. Stop contradicting me at every turn. Understand?
Hey, what are you trying to do, forcing me to sign divorce papers and kicking me out of the house? This is ridiculous! What's the meaning of all this?
This is all on you. It's all your fault.
What? It's my fault? How? What did I do? What are you so angry about?
Look, I saw it. You thought you could hide it, but you can't. I saw the letter of acceptance from the school. I told you I wouldn't settle for anything other than a private school, but you're sending Lily to that mediocre neighborhood kindergarten anyway.
Oh, that. That's what this is all about? I talked to Lily about it because it's her decision too. When I asked her, she said she'd rather go to the kindergarten near home. So that's what we're doing.
What are you thinking? Letting a child make decisions for us? Are you insane? As a parent, that's just pathetic.
Excuse me, but you don't get to say that to me. Absolutely not. I'm not giving her authority. I'm respecting her opinion in a matter that affects her directly. There's a difference. But you wouldn't know anything about that since you spend no time with her and you have no interest in anyone's opinion but your own.
Hey, both you and Lily need to understand that the guy making the money and paying for everything is the only opinion that matters.
Yeah, you seem to think that, but the truth is that your opinion matters the least of all, Mr. High and Mighty. So now it's time to get your head out of your butt and listen up.
What? What did you just say to me?
You literally moved out of the house when Lily was a baby, and you left me alone to take care of her. And even though you came back after things settled down with her, you barely pay any attention to her, and I've never seen you do a single fatherly thing with her. In other words, you haven't earned the right to an opinion on this or anything else regarding Lily.
What are you talking about? I fulfill my duties as a father. Where do you think I'm lacking as a father?
How about this? You tell me where you're not lacking as a father. Come on, tell me. You don't participate in raising her or in anything else at home. Those are things that real fathers do.
Raising her and doing housework isn't my job as a man. I work and make money. You're the woman, and that stuff is your job.
For the sake of argument, I'll set the housework issue aside for now. But you need to be here to help raise your daughter. There's no arguing that that's not a father's job or a man's job. Do you know what Lily says about you lately? Do you have any idea? Come on, try to guess.
I have no idea. What does she say about me?
She asks me who the guy is that's living with us. You're a stranger to her. Do you get it? She doesn't even understand that you're her father. How does that make you feel?
I don't believe that for 1 second.
Whether you believe it or not, it's true. I promise you, every word of it is true. See? This is what happens when you don't participate in your child's upbringing. You get it?
This sounds like your fault to me. You bear all the responsibility once again.
Excuse me? How is any of that my fault?
You've obviously turned her against me. You've been saying bad things about me to her. That's the only explanation for her not knowing who I am. You're responsible.
Oh, come on. I just realized it myself recently. How could I have been responsible for it when I didn't even know about it until lately? I had no idea that she was so disconnected from you until she asked me that question. I was as shocked as you are.
A likely story. Don't try to play dumb with me. I was thinking that I wanted custody of her when I leave you, but after hearing that, I don't care anymore.
Oh, so you're saying that you don't even want parental rights for her anymore? You're saying that you don't care about your own daughter anymore?
That's right, you can have her. You've obviously poisoned her mind against me anyway. I'm through with the both of you, washing my hands of this. I can get myself a new family just like that, you'll see, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Oh, is that so? Then by all means, go ahead and do that. I'll be interested to see the results. But I'll tell you right now, if you don't make some fundamental changes to your attitude, you're gonna have the exact same thing happen again and again. And if that happens, I feel sorry for the next family you do this to. I really do. Because I know what they're gonna go through.
Oh, give me a break. Such melodrama. I'll find a better family than you for sure. I couldn't possibly do any worse. So just get out of my life and take Lily with you. I don't need this hassle and disrespect.
Gladly. You've made that a very simple decision for me. Goodbye and good riddance. I'll be sure to keep you up to date on the child rearing expenses and how much you owe me for your portion of them.
You can't even pay for what she needs on your own, and you're pretending you don't need me? If you're gonna get that uppity with me, you should at least be able to pay your own way.
Actually, my home business has started to bring in more money lately, and I've had more time to work on it thanks to you being such an absentee father and husband. I'm making enough from it to take care of both Lily and myself, for your information. But Lily has a legal right to your financial support, and you have a legal obligation to provide it to her. I will make sure that you honor your obligation to her. My income is irrelevant to that question, and I promise you, the law is on my side on this.
Now I know you're not making any money with that garbage you're selling. Otherwise, why try to squeeze me for more money?
Okay, whatever you say. Feeling a little inadequate, are we? So defensive.
Not even dream on.
You'll be hearing from me about your child support responsibilities soon. Until then, take care.
Amy, long time no talk. How have you been? Got a minute? I need to talk to you about something.
Brian? Yeah, it's been a while. What's up? Your child support is late this month. What's the status on that? Lily and I would appreciate it if you can get that done ASAP. Thanks.
Yeah, about that. I've been thinking, and I really do want to play more of a role in Lily's upbringing and stuff. I want to be closer to my daughter. So, let's get remarried. What do you say? How about it?
First you need to apologize for not getting involved in raising her before. Are you capable of sincerely making that apology?
Yes, I am, of course. I was wrong for acting that way about all of it, and I'm really sorry for it. I want to make amends, and I want to see Lily grow up. I want to be there for both of you. Please, let me do that, please.
Are you really sincere about all that? I don't know.
I am, I swear it. You know, I happened to pass by Lily's school the other day, by chance. I saw her playing with her classmates out in the schoolyard, and I was overwhelmed with emotion. When I saw that, all I could think to myself was how much I want to be a part of her life, if you'll let me.
Really? That's good to hear. I mean, I'm glad to know that you finally realized how important she is. And did you see how big she's gotten? She doesn't know you when you haven't been around for her for a few years now, so...
Yeah, I know. It's been too long. I mean, don't you feel a bit sorry for me in all of this?
Feel sorry for you? Nah, why would I? All of this is your own doing, Brian. You need to accept that responsibility and then learn from it. Lily and I have been doing fine without you. You basically made yourself unnecessary in our lives by doing what you did, you know?
Don't talk like that. Don't talk like it's over and done with. I refuse to accept that. Kids need both parents around. They need both a mother and a father.
Oh, really? Lily and I are doing just fine by ourselves, thank you very much. We have a lot of fun together.
What? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, trust me, Brian. As far as Lily's concerned, your presence is not necessary in the least. It's a lot like when you told me you didn't need Lily and me anymore. Well, it cuts both ways.
Yeah, I was really wrong about all of that, and I'm sorry that I said what I said back then. I've learned a lot since then. But hey, things must be pretty tight for you two financially right now, no? I mean, you're a single parent and your job doesn't pay that much, right?
What? Money? Oh no, things aren't tight in the least. We're doing just fine, thanks. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I'm making more than you are now, believe it or not.
You must be joking.
Nope, I'm definitely not joking about that. See, I started making clothes for kids because that's where my heart is at these days, thanks to our lovely daughter. Anyway, I had Lily model a few outfits that I made for her, and then I posted those pics in a few places online. And before I knew it, they'd gone viral and I was swamped with inquiries and orders for my designs. In fact, I've been approached by a well-known clothing line and they're asking me to work with them.
That just happened with the stuff you've been doing at home all this time? The stuff that you've always talked about?
Yep, pretty great, huh? We're all pretty excited about it. They're food-themed clothes that are meant for kindergarten-aged kids, and the response has been truly overwhelming. Sales are through the roof, and we're now even back-ordered about 6 months out. It's pretty unbelievable, actually. And even with the backlog of orders, people are willing to wait for my stuff. How awesome is that? It's like a dream come true. And it just goes to show that hard work gets results.
That's just unbelievable. Yes, that's the right word for sure.
And you know what else? Someone at an ad agency saw my pics online and got in touch saying that they want to use Lily as a model in one of their advertising campaigns too. They already used her for one job. This could be the start of something good.
Lily as a model? Wow, I never imagined that as a possibility for her.
Who knows? If things go well, she might even become a professional model or something like that. Of course, that all depends on her own goals and dreams. She'll always be the one making decisions about her life.
That's ridiculous. You can't just let her make decisions like that. If things go well, she could really make a lot of money. If she foolishly doesn't want to do it, she'd miss out on so much money. You gotta make the most of this opportunity and get her an agent. Get her as many jobs as possible while she's still popular. Strike while the iron is hot. Do that and her future will be bright.
You know, you really haven't changed a bit since the last time we talked about this stuff.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, I thought you might have moved in a good direction somehow, especially since now you're saying that you want to reconcile. But I can clearly see that nothing has changed at all with you. That's a shame.
But I have changed. Oh, wait, and I'll tell you. I know now that I need to put you and Lily first. I see it now.
You may know it and see it, but you're not doing it. Your fundamental attitude is exactly the same as it ever was. There's no change there. That much is crystal clear from what you just said about Lily and her future.
What? What do you mean? What's wrong with what I said?
I mean that you're ready to just push her right into that industry with no regards to what she wants to do or whether or not the industry would be good for her or not.
Hey, I was thinking about Lily's best interests.
Yeah, you and I clearly have different opinions about what's in her best interests.
Really? How so?
I'm thinking about her feelings and what she wants. I want her to be happy and safe. You're thinking about her future and how you can engineer it to suit your own vision of it, not hers.
And what's wrong with that? I'm her father, after all.
It's not that your way of thinking is wrong necessarily.
Yeah, I know it's not. There's nothing wrong at all with my way of thinking on this stuff.
The thing is that forcing her to do something without taking her feelings into consideration isn't in her best interests. Can you not see that? If she's forced to do something she doesn't want to do, it runs the risk of turning her whole life into something unenjoyable.
Hey, I'm just trying to look out for her the best way that I know how. It's just how I think.
Well, regardless of all that, I can't reconcile and get married to you again. Sorry, but it's not happening. To be honest, I'm still extremely traumatized from our marriage, and I'm not interested in revisiting any of that, so...
Traumatized? What are you even talking about? Again with the exaggerations.
I'm talking about how you basically did nothing, leaving all the childcare and housework to me, and calling me a lazy housewife even though I was working too. If I get back together with you, all the same stuff will just happen again, guaranteed. I know it will because I'm me and you're you. I absolutely don't want that, and I should think you don't either.
But if you come back to me, things will be really good financially with both my salary and yours. Think about it.
I told you already, didn't I? Money isn't a part of the equation at all anymore. It never was, actually. I'm making more money than you now, and things are just fine financially, like I said. Lily and I are very comfortable on our own, and we aren't lacking for anything at all, financially or otherwise.
What's it gonna take to get you to come back to me? Just tell me and I'll do it.
Like I told you, I'm not doing that. We are never getting back together, Brian. Lily doesn't even recognize you as her father. Think about that for a moment.
Yeah, I know, I remember.
You know, if she did know you as her father when you and I split up and she had a really hard time with it, I might have considered getting back together with you. For her sake, if not for any other reason.
Are you saying that you're not considering it now?
No, I am not. Not in the least. Look, Lily knows nothing about you and doesn't think of you at all. You aren't even a memory to her. She was too young when you disappeared. If we got back together and you suddenly came back to live with us, can you even imagine how stressful that would be to her? Having a strange man in the house suddenly?
Stressful? You think knowing her father would be stressful? Fine, then stop demanding child support from me. You want it both ways and that's not fair. You're clearly making more than enough money and you don't want me in her life, so leave me out of it completely then. Stop forcing me to pay to be her father when you don't even allow me to do that.
And the mask finally slips. I knew that was why you were getting in touch. I would have bet money on it.
What? You knew all along? Why didn't you just say that?
Your mom and dad told me already that you lost your job, Brian. I know what the score is. They keep me posted on the important stuff, and I do the same for them about their granddaughter. It's the least I can do. It sounds like you were let go due to poor business performance, right?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't make them enough money, so they fired me.
So, if we remarry, you won't have to pay child support anymore, and I'll end up being totally responsible for taking care of Lily. That's why you're suddenly wanting this reconciliation and everything, isn't it?
Is it really that obvious?
Yeah, to say the least. You're not a great actor, and your timing is totally transparent. I'll tell you right now, Brian, I'm not letting you off the hook for child support, so don't delude yourself about that. I told you before, she has a right to receive child support from her father, and I intend to make sure that you live up to your end of the bargain, regardless of my own income.
Please, just cut me some slack. I'm having a tough time right now. Have a heart.
Oh, you're young and you can find another job? I suggest you get cracking on that. Take care, Brian. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Amy, wait, hang on a minute, please. Just listen to what I have to say, please. Hear me out. Let's talk. I'm sure we can work things out. Amy? Amy, don't leave me like this.
After that, Brian relentlessly continued to try to contact me, to the point that I had to just block him. I guess he finally gave up after that. His parents told me that he did find a new job, so he's continuing his child support payments, just like I told him I'd make sure he did. I am as good as my word. It sounds like his new company isn't so great, however, and he's working himself ragged with the long hours and lousy salary. But he has his own expenses and he has child support to pay, so he has no choice but to soldier on. Lily and I are taking work as it comes, me doing my designing and her as a child model. We're both getting more and more recognition and the jobs just keep coming. Hard work really does get results. In short, life is good and the two of us are enjoying it together, as always. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to click the like button and give us your opinion in the comments section below. See you in the next video!
Hey, Pedro, are you there? Did your wife pack your lunch again today? Because I'm hungry and I think I'm going to eat it instead. Well, I have actually already eaten lunch today, so... Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Well, I had to chat with Pete earlier today, so I took my lunch break about 15 minutes before everyone else did. You're kidding me. And I was so looking forward to getting to eat whatever it was that your wife made for me. Daria, can you please just cut all of this out? I mean, why do you think it is okay to take my lunch in the first place? Well, because I forgot to bring my own lunch for today. What other choice do I have? There is literally a cafeteria on the first floor of our building. How about you go and buy your own lunch from there? What? Do you seriously think I want to go all the way down there and have to shell out my own money just to eat? Well, if you keep forgetting to pack your own lunch, I don't see what other choice you have, really. Oh, come on, Pedro. Don't be like that. I have explained to you over and over again that I am a single mother with 3 kids. I don't have any time to do anything for myself. Once I get home, I am just so swamped looking after my kids. Not to mention the fact that I need to try and save money where I can so I can afford to buy them things. That is why I am always borrowing your lunch out of the fridge. We're helping each other out here. Don't you see that? Well, I can see how you are helping yourself. To my lunch. But what do I get out of it? Well, I'm always submitting my reports on time and going out of my way to do stuff for you. Are you really? Because I've actually had to work quite a bit of overtime lately trying to correct all the mistakes that you have been making. Oh, come on. I hardly think that that is fair. Whatever. That is a different talk for a different time. The point is that I want you to stop taking my lunch. My wife is kind enough to make it for me every day, and if you take it, then I don't have anything to eat. Stop taking food that isn't yours, okay? She is making it for me, not you. Okay. And so what? I thought you said that you were going to ask your wife to start cooking lunches for me too, remember? You said that you wanted to help me save money so that we could help each other, right? I never once said I was going to ask my wife that, and I have no interest in helping you save. Anyways, either way, I have already eaten my lunch for today. So then, I guess I'm just going to go hungry all day then, huh? What are you, a child? Literally just go to the cafeteria and buy yourself some lunch. Why don't you buy some for me? After all, it's all your fault I'm not eating today. Look, can we please just talk about work? I don't want to associate with you in any other way besides that. So, you aren't going to buy me anything to eat? You cheapo tightwad jerk. Hey, Kim. Are you there? I am finally off of work. Just getting on the bus to head home now. Thanks for letting me know. I'm glad that they let you out at the normal time today. Yay! No overtime! Yeah. I told my boss that I really wanted to leave on time and basically worked hard all day to make sure that I did. Aw. Well, good work, baby. I'm proud of you. By the way, I wanted to ask, did you enjoy your lunch today? I did, actually. I managed to get it before Daria could steal it. I talked to my boss and he let me take my lunch break about 15 minutes early, so there was no problem. I see. Well, that is good to hear. Glad you enjoyed it. But you know, I think I bugged some of the other employees by eating early since our schedules were a little offset. I just don't think that I am going to be able to get away with doing this forever. Yeah. I really don't think that this can be your permanent solution at all. Still though, this Daria lady really seems to like my cooking, huh? Didn't you say she up and took one of the tortillas I packed for you on like her very first day? Yeah, that's right. You know, she did something really similar just last week too. I sensed there was someone standing behind me, and before I knew it, this crazy lady was reaching her hand out from behind my head and just stole an arepa right from my Tupperware. She did it so quickly that I didn't even have time to stop her. I could only stare after her as she scuttled off with my food. Wow. She sounds like a lady with some serious issues. And the day after that, I caught her rummaging through my lunch while it was still in the fridge. And then the day after that, she got up from her desk, went to the kitchen, and started doing the exact same thing. I'm just glad that at least today I managed to move my lunch break earlier so that I could actually eat all of it myself for once. I just can't believe how tenacious she is. I mean, that lady has some real dedication to stealing your lunch. Maybe she just has more fun stealing from you than she does actually eating it at this point. Well, I'm starting to think that as well. But the fact that it is your cooking doesn't deter her at all, I'm sure. But still, if only we had a way to stop her once and for all. Our supervisor even sat her down and talked to her about this, but she still won't listen. Well, if she won't stop taking your food, then I guess you just have to find a way to always be able to get to your lunch before she can. I know. If we can't figure out what to do, then I'm afraid that that will be the only way I can deal with this. But that is hardly a solution, you know? You're right. And she still won't have learned her lesson if that is how you respond. Besides, I'm upset about this too. I put a lot of effort into those meals because I really love you and I want to show you that through my cooking. It makes me happy that you like to eat what I make. So if eating it makes you happy, then we have to do something. We can't just let this Daria person keep getting away with this. I can't stand it. Sorry. Maybe I was getting a little carried away with all this. You don't think I'm being selfish, do you? What? No, of course you aren't being selfish. In fact, I think that is really, really sweet, baby. You know how much I love eating your cooking. And when I'm busy at work, sometimes eating your lunch is the only real relaxation that I look forward to. I don't want this going on any longer than I can help it. Anyways, I guess tomorrow I will just try talking to our supervisor again and hoping for the best. Well, good luck, Pedro. I hope things resolve smoothly. Hey, Kim. How are you holding up? Are you feeling any better now? Hey, honey. I am feeling a bit better, thanks. I had some medicine this morning and things seem to have settled down a bit. But I am really sorry that I couldn't pack you any lunch today. I was really looking forward to cooking you something special yesterday, but then... well, you know. You have absolutely nothing to worry about at all. You just caught a cold. It happens to everyone. You just focus on feeling better, okay? Okay, I'll do that. Thank you for being so sweet. And by the way, I was going to take the afternoon off to come home and take care of you. What? Are you sure about that? You don't have to go and do something like that. Well, I want to be there for you. I know your mom is over at our place taking care of you right now, but doesn't she have a trip this weekend that she needs to be getting ready for? I mean, I thought that they were going to be leaving tomorrow, right? Well, yeah, that is true. And thankfully, we just entered a quiet period at work, so it really isn't that big of a deal if I take a little time off to check up on you. I explained to my boss that you were sick, and he told me to go home and check on you as well. That is actually why I'm texting you now. He said I should let you know that I'll be taking off early. Aw, Pedro. You really are too sweet. What would I do without you? Don't worry about it, my love. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up my work here and then get ready to head home. I will see you in a little bit. Okay. Thank you so much for everything you do for me. Hey, Pedro! What gives? Where's your lunch today? Don't tell me you hid it from me again. Hi, Daria. I am pleased to say that today I do not have any lunch. What? But why? Did you forget it or something? Actually, my wife is sick and wasn't able to cook me anything, so I didn't bring anything to eat. Are you kidding me? Well, then what am I supposed to eat, huh? Do you really think it's okay to just make me go hungry 2 days in a row? Now you definitely have to buy me something from the cafeteria. Actually, I took the afternoon off, so I am already out of the office and on my way home right now. Wait, you're not even here anymore? That's right. I was worried about my wife, so I took some time off so that I can take care of her while she is sick at home. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Anyways, I don't really want to talk to you outside of work, so... Oh, jeez. Well, now you both are useless to me. Hey, Pedro! What the heck was that in your lunch? You have to tell me. I mean, did you purposefully tell your wife to make something that nasty? How could you lay a trap like that for me? That's so mean of you! Sorry, what? It wasn't fresh at all. What was your wife thinking? Is she trying to poison me or something? No, seriously, what are you even talking about right now? I am talking about my lunch today. You hid it under your desk this time, didn't you? Are you saying that you went through my desk looking for my lunch? That isn't the point! You aren't listening! I am telling you that there was something up with the lunch that your wife made for you. Something tasted off. What was it? I have no idea what you are talking about. I mean, it tasted really, really nasty. What was she thinking giving you that to eat? Did she lose her sense of taste or something? What did she spice that slop with? Daria, I really do not have a single clue what you are talking about. I was doing some work outside of the office today, so I ate out for lunch. Wait, what? What do you mean? I mean that I had to go meet a client this morning outside of the office. I knew that I might not make it back to the office in time to eat, so I just decided to eat out instead. But I found your lunch under your desk. Your wife packed that for you to eat today, didn't she? Wait a second. Are you sure that you didn't mix up my desk with Tony's desk? As in the guy who sits next to me? He always puts his lunch under his desk. No, it was definitely your desk. Oh. I see what happened. Is your stomach okay? Are you sure you're feeling alright? What do you mean by that? Why wouldn't I? Well, Tony told me earlier that he was so focused on his work, he thinks he might have put his lunch under my desk instead of his own. So then, you mean to tell me that I actually ate Tony's lunch? Hold on, that isn't all. He was so busy he actually came into the office on Saturday, and he actually didn't even have time to eat lunch. And then, when he went home, he completely forgot that he had even brought any food with him to the office in the first place. Wait, so what does that mean? Well, he didn't remember about his lunch until today. He told me when he called me that it was an old lunch and that I should just leave it there for him to deal with when he's back in the office. He was so embarrassed for leaving his old food at work. But why the heck would he just leave his lunch there under your desk? And why didn't you do anything about it? You should have tossed it out first thing this morning. I already told you that I was out of the office most of this morning. I didn't get the call from Tony about his lunch until I had already left to go meet my client. So even if I wanted to clean it up, I was already out of the office by the time I learned about it. I don't believe this. So, are you okay? So then, you're telling me that I ate someone else's days-old lunch? That's disgusting! Well, yeah, it was pretty irresponsible of Tony to just leave his lunch out and under someone else's desk. But you were the one who went poking around my desk trying to find food that wasn't yours to begin with. This can't be happening to me right now. What's happening? Well, while you were telling me all that about Tony's lunch, my stomach started to feel funny all of a sudden. Oh, wow, yeah. I would really try and leave work and go see a doctor right away. A doctor? Screw that! What I need right now is a toilet. I'm going to sue you for everything you have, Pedro. Sorry, what is all this about now? It is all your fault. I had to call an ambulance to take me to the hospital the other day. I just got back home yesterday, but I am still puking and having diarrhea all over the place. You are going to pay for getting me sick. You are going to pay for my hospital bill, and you are going to pay me back for the days I missed from work. All of it. Do you hear me? Tony said that you came to him saying something similar as well. That's right. It was his fault that all this happened, too. If he wasn't so forgetful, then I would have never gotten sick. Right. About that. I was actually talking to Tony a bit more about his lunch, and he told me that he actually did call to ask someone else to throw out the food while I was out of the office. Wait. He said what now? Yeah. But then he told me that when that person went to go under my desk to look for the lunchbox, that you suddenly appeared saying that the lunch was yours and you snatched it out of their hands. I thought that they might be trying to steal your food too. Of course not. No one in their right mind would crawl on their hands and knees on the floor to try and steal someone's food. You're the only one crazy enough to do something like that. Excuse me? How dare you talk to me like that? You are being very rude, you know. And you just got out of the hospital because you couldn't help but take what wasn't yours. I mean, did you really not guess that the food might have gone bad when you opened the lid and smelled it? Why did you eat something like that? But I was hungry. Anyways, more importantly, I heard that you were fired. Wait, what do you mean by that? Well, apparently it wasn't just my lunch that you were stealing. It was also discovered that you were stealing tons of supplies from around the office. What? Me? Steal? Of course not. Look, you just don't know what you're talking about right now, okay? You have no idea what it is like to be a single mother of 3, and you never will. Yes, Daria, I am sure that your life is full of challenges that I will never ever know. But the fact of the matter is that you were stealing. But, don't you pity me? Don't you feel bad for me? I really honestly don't. But why? Isn't it true that the reason you and your husband got divorced in the first place was because you were cheating on him? Not only that, I heard that he found out the kids weren't even his. I heard your ex-husband doesn't even have to pay you child support. What? How do you know all this? Have you been stalking me or something? Well, your parents actually reached out to contact me so that they could apologize for your poor behavior. Are you serious? Did they really do that? They did. In fact, they even offered to pay the value of all the lunches that you have stolen from me. So after this, I don't want anything else to do with you. Wait, please. Don't go yet. What about my hospital bills? My missed time from work? Who is going to pay me for those things, huh? You have to take responsibility for your actions and marry me. Wow. You have really lost your mind, haven't you? Of course I'm not going to do that. But why not? This is ridiculous. Goodbye, Daria. At the last minute, Daria really thought to try and ask Pedro to marry her. Pedro's wife, who was sitting right next to him as he talked to Daria, only laughed and said that she knew this would happen. Apparently, she had a suspicion that Daria really liked Pedro and that her actions were a way to take out her frustrations on his wife as well as try and get his attention. Obviously, though, it did not work. Daria had no other option but to take her kids and move back in with her parents. Later, the company made sure to send her the bill for her stolen office supplies. In the 1 month that she worked there, she managed to steal about $5,000 worth of various equipment. Now she is working from sunup to sundown so she can pay off her debts. She barely has any time to herself and is always going out in shabby clothes, only focusing on the work ahead of her. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
I was just at the house. What was that heavy bag for? Where do you think I'm going? I'm only going to the park.
I didn't want you to be hungry, so I packed a lot of food in there. I hope you don't mind if it's a bit heavy. If it's too much for you, then you can eat it with your friends. I'm sure they'd be happy if you had some extra food to share with them. It's always nice to share with friends.
You didn't really need to do that. I worry that you might be doing too much. I don't want you to tire yourself out.
It was really nothing for me, so don't mention it. I'm happy to help you, and I really enjoy cooking. You don't need to worry about it. I know you've got a lot of friends, so I wanted to make sure there was enough food. I wouldn't want anyone to get hungry.
But if you make too much, then some of it might go to waste. I think that'd be even worse than making too little. Next time, I think it would be better if you asked me beforehand. That way we can plan in advance.
I really put a lot of effort into this, so I'd be much happier if you just said thank you and took the food. It really wasn't that much for me. I don't think it'll go to waste. Just share it out with your friends and then eat it all. I'm sure you lot can manage to eat all that food. It's really nice too. I made it myself, so I know.
I'll try my best to get everyone to eat it. Couldn't you have just made something small? You didn't have to make food for everyone. You could have just gone to the store and bought something small for me. It really would have saved you a lot of trouble and effort. You know I don't like to stress you out like this.
I've been cooking food for all my life, and I know how to make a big portion. There's really nothing to complain about. Please, just accept what I gave you and stop being so ungrateful. You should be thankful that I made you so much.
I just don't want food to be wasted. This isn't the first time that you've cooked too much. Last time you made food, you made way too much. We all felt guilty and almost compelled to eat as much as we could. I think some of us were starting to feel sick, but the food just kept on coming. It's not good for the environment either. People don't like waste. It's not like the old days when you made too much to show how generous you were. Nowadays, people want to be more economical.
Can you just stop moaning and eat it? I do my best for you and I don't want you being malnourished. You should be happy about this. It's better to have too much rather than too little.
Are you aware that Dad has bad gas almost every day because you feed him too much? If you cooked less, then he wouldn't have this problem. You can't just stuff food into your mouth all the time. You need to have some self-control.
I've heard enough. If I want to feed him until he's full, then that's what I'll do. I don't think he has bad gas, and I don't think it's because of my cooking. I'm just trying to be nice to people and make sure no one starves to death. You just eat that food and don't mention it again. Next time, I might even cook even more.
Okay, if you must have it this way, I'll go and eat it with my friends. I'm sure they'll be happy about it, even if I'm not.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Be careful on your day out. Don't get into any trouble.
Don't worry, I'm not a child. I can look after myself. We're going on a date today. Where are we going?
Oh, the date. Yeah, I almost forgot. Where are we going? Where do you want to go? I don't mind.
You forgot. Why did you do that? We're meeting at 11. I'll see you then. We can decide where to go when we get there.
I'm not ready right now. It might take me some time. In fact, Helen, there's something I want to talk to you about.
What is it? Are you okay?
I'm just worried that you'll think I'm some kind of a loser.
Why would I think that? Of course I won't think you're a loser. Why? What have you done? You know you can tell me anything and I won't look down on you.
Can we just stay at home for the date today? Would that be okay with you?
I thought we could go out and see a movie or something like that. I didn't want to stay at home. Do you want to stay at home? Are you sick or something like that? Why don't you want to go out?
I'm fine. It's not that. I just think it's gonna be a little bit expensive if we go out and I need to save some money. I don't want you to think I'm some kind of a loser, but I just don't want to spend that much money right now. The price of gas has gone up so much recently and it's really expensive to drive. I just want to save a bit of money. I hope you don't mind. We can go and watch a movie another time, or we can just stay at home and watch a movie. I think it's nice to just stay in your own place. It's more comfortable than going outside. I can cook some food and we can just stay in. What do you think?
That sounds so sweet of you. I'd really like to try your cooking. If you don't want to spend too much money, then I really understand. I know things are hard these days. It's the same for me. I don't think you're a loser. I think you're a sensible person.
Okay, that's nice to hear. I was really worried that you'd think I was a loser and not want to come and see me. I wish I had more money, but I just don't right now. Maybe in the future.
No, I don't mind. I like you, so whatever we do is fun for me. I can't wait to come over and try your food. What are you gonna make? I hope it's nice.
I'll make some fried rice. Do you like that?
I love it. I can't wait. I'm starting to feel hungry already.
I'll try to remember how to cook. I've not done it for a while. I can usually do it quite well, so let's hope I don't make any mistakes this time. I had such a nice time with you today. I'm so lucky to have you. I hope we can go on like this and be really happy together. I've never felt so strongly about something.
I'm happy too. We're really lucky to have met each other. I went out for a meal with my mom recently, and next time I want to go out with you. I can pay for it. I paid for my mom too.
That's great. I'd love to do that. When are you going?
Not sure yet. We can go sometime soon. We just need to think of a good place to eat at.
I don't know where I'd be without you. You're always so happy to spend your money on other people. I couldn't really afford to do that.
I think next weekend we can go out to eat. What do you think?
Okay, let's do that. Next weekend we can go out. I'll think of a place to go to.
I'm really excited about that. I can't wait.
What did you think about the food today? Did you like it?
I loved it. Really nice. I'd love to go back there again.
I'm sorry that you had to pay again. I really wish I had the money, but I just don't right now. One day I'll pay for meals when we go out, but until then it seems like you'll have to do it.
I don't mind. I'm just happy to see you. I don't mind if I pay. One day you'll be in a better financial position and you can pay then. It's no problem. It's good to save money and be frugal. If you do that, then you'll have an easier time when you're older. There's no point spending all your money when you're young. You need to save a bit and think about the long term.
You're the perfect girl. You really understand me. I can't wait for our next meal out. I'll let you decide the location, of course.
It seems you really know all the good places to eat around here. Just tell me where you want to go and we can go there.
Oh, by the way, do you want to meet up with my mom?
That sounds like a nice idea. I'd love to do that.
We've been together for so long and you still haven't met my mom. I think it'd be really nice if we all got together. I haven't asked you yet because I didn't think it was the right time, but now I think it is. I think she'd really enjoy meeting you and getting to see what you're like. It can also be a good experience for you.
Do you really think now is the right time? I'm not so sure myself. Can we leave it a little while longer and then meet her? I'll tell you when the time is right and we can do it then. I'd love to meet her one day, but I just don't know now is the right time.
If you don't want to now, then it's okay. There's no rush. We can do it at a later date. You just tell me when you think is a good time and I'll arrange a meeting with my mom. We had a nice time today and you must be tired. Why don't you go and get some sleep? I'll talk to you again tomorrow.
What should I wear? I really don't know what to wear. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm not sure what suits me best or what is suitable for the occasion. It's so hard trying to find the right thing to wear. So many choices.
Mom, you're gonna look beautiful whatever you wear, so don't worry about it. You just choose something that you feel comfortable in and go with that. You can just dress how you do on a normal day if you want. I don't mind. I don't want you to feel any stress over this, so don't let it bother you. Even if you look bad, I won't be bothered by it.
You're really nice to me. I'm so glad my daughter is this understanding. I just want to look right for the occasion. I thought I should still ask you to see if you had something in mind. I wouldn't want to let you down. I just hope there are no mistakes today. I hope everything goes smoothly.
Don't worry about a thing. I'm sure it'll go well. I don't need you to be stressing over everything. It's not gonna make it any better. The food was so nice today. I really had a great time. I'm so happy for all that you've done. You're really a great cook. You certainly knew what you were doing. I was a little bit worried that things might not go well, but I was completely wrong about this. It went so much better than I thought it would, and it's all thanks to you.
Thanks for getting in contact with me and telling me this. It really makes me feel better to know that people appreciate what I do. I really had a great time too, and I'm so glad that you came. You're marrying my son Matt, and I'm sure everything is going to be great for you. He's met such a nice girl, and I'll be so happy when you become his wife.
You're too nice to me. Thanks for your kind words. Matt is such a great guy, and I'm so lucky to be with him.
You really are sweet. You know what to say to impress people. What are you doing next week? Do you have free time?
I'm free. I have work all week, and I'm busy in the evening. However, on the weekend, I don't have anything to do. I'll be free all the time. What is it? Do you have something planned?
I want to go shopping to buy some things. It's going to be really expensive for me. Do you think you could come and help me? You're going to be a member of our family soon. I think it's only right that you come and help me out. What do you think? Is that okay, or is it too much? If you're not happy, then please tell me about it and I can change my plans. My son has told me that you're a really generous girl, so I just thought I'd ask. If you don't want to do it, then I understand. I know it's a strange request.
So do you want me to help you, or do you want me to buy you some things?
You can help me, but also it would be nice if you were to pay for some things. Life is so expensive, and sometimes I struggle to afford things in the shops. It'd be so nice if one of the family would help me out in times like this. It'd be a real help.
Don't worry, I understand. I know that prices have gone up a lot recently, and you might need some help. I'll do everything I can to make your life easier. I think if we go to the cheaper places, then we'd be able to buy more. I'm a big fan of buying the cheaper brands because I think they're better value for money. You don't want to waste money on things that aren't very good. You should be frugal when you spend money so your money goes further.
It seems that you have the right mindset. It's a good idea to not throw money away. We should all be careful with our spending.
Your son is the same. We all agree on this, and that's nice to know. It's nice to know that we're all in the same boat and we can help each other out. I know that you'd help me if I needed it, and I'm always happy to help you.
I think my son could learn a thing or two from you. I really think that you know better than him about these things. It's nice to know that he has you to keep him in order if he ever does something wrong. I know he's met a sensible girl who can stop him from going wrong in life. If you have good habits now, then you'll have an easier time when you get older. You don't want to get old and have no money. That'd be really hard for you.
That's right. I completely agree with you. I'll see you at the weekend. I think we'll have a nice time together. We can turn it into a nice day out and not just a day of shopping. Did you have a nice vacation? I think it would have been nicer if we could go together. I really want to go to places with you and see the world together. Don't you agree that would have been better? Sadly, I couldn't come because of the project I was doing. I wish it didn't have to be this way, but sadly it is. I hope we can have better days in the future when we get to be together more.
I want that too. We're married now. We should be able to find time to be with each other. I wish you didn't have that project to do. It would have been so much better with you by my side. I bought you some things back from my travels. I think you'll like them.
What did you get me?
Just some snacks for you to try. They looked nice. I went out with my mom and we had a good look around. It was really nice there. If only you could have been with us. The snacks weren't that expensive, just the cheaper ones. I didn't want to spend that much money. Also, I was worried that you might not like them anyway, and that would have been a waste. I'm sure it'll be enough for you. You can take a look yourself in a moment.
If you think that was a good present, then I'll go with your decision. I'm sure they're gonna taste really nice. Even if I don't like them, I'll try them to see what they're like. It's always nice to try something new. And thank you for thinking of me. You really didn't have to bring anything back. I wasn't expecting anything. The most important thing is that you're back safely and I can see you again.
If you don't want to eat them all now, then we can save them for later. It'll help us save money. No need to buy more snacks.
Oh, I thought of something. What about the furniture we need to buy when we move into our new apartment? What are we going to do about that? I think we should get together soon and talk about what we need to buy. We'll need a lot of things.
Okay, we can do that soon.
Good. I'm happy to know that you're on my side here.
I've thought about it too. I'm just not sure what we need to buy. I think I'll need you to help me decide. I don't think we should buy that much stuff. I think we should keep it on the small side. What do you think? Is this gonna be okay with you? Things are really expensive these days and I don't have that much money. I think if we just buy a small sofa and a small TV, we might be okay. Also, a small bed would be a great idea. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll still be able to get to sleep.
But we spoke about this before and you said that we should get some nice things. We've been so economical until now, and now it's time to spend a little bit of money. I think this is what we were saving for.
I don't think we should go crazy spending money on things we don't really need, especially if cheaper options are available. I know you want nice things to put in the house, but can't they wait until a later time? It shouldn't be about how expensive these things are. It should be about how happy we feel. I'm happy just having you and me together. We don't need to decorate with lavish things.
I don't think I can agree with you on this. I usually want to save money too, but when it comes to the new house we need to spend, it's better to spend money now than to regret it in the future. You don't want to be cheap and then wish you hadn't. I want to buy some good quality furniture and things for the house, and I'm hoping you're going to agree with me.
If you really want to do that, then I guess that's what we'll have to do. How can I say no to you? I really don't want to let you down. I need to go to bed now. I'm a bit tired. I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, have a good rest.
Hi, we need to talk.
Hi, what is it?
You spoke with Matt before and you seem to be having a disagreement about the furniture you need to buy for the house.
Before we got married, he agreed that we would spend as much as we needed on things for the new house. I don't think I'm being unreasonable. I think we should really spend what we need to in order to make it a nice home. I don't want to live in a cheap place with cheap furniture. I don't want to be cutting back on these kinds of things. I want to buy some nice stuff. I don't want to regret that I didn't spend a little bit too much now just to save a small amount of money. Matt said that he was okay with this, and I'm sure we spoke to you about it too. I thought you said it was a good idea to buy some nice stuff. I didn't expect you to change your mind. If you wanted to save money, then I think you should have told me about it sooner. You two have just suddenly changed your mind like this and haven't given me much chance to say what I want to say.
I didn't think we had anything to talk about. I thought we all agreed that we shouldn't go overboard on the new house. We don't want to spend too much. You might even end up in debt, and that's really not a good idea. Small and simple is best in my opinion. Your husband wants to economize, so why not just accept his opinion? I don't think there's anything wrong with what he says. I think he's telling the truth. It might be the only time in your life that you do this, but that doesn't mean you should spend too much money. You need to think about the future too. The only people who will be seeing your house is your family and friends. You're not going to be showing it off to the world, so there's no reason to buy lavish furniture or appliances. Just get something that's good value for money.
I just feel that this whole situation is a little bit strange. Why are you two so insistent that you don't want anything expensive? I don't want the most expensive things, but I also don't want to be cheap. I thought we'd all agreed on this. I'm the one that'll be using it every day. I think my opinion should matter.
We did not agree to this. You're imagining it. I think you're being a bit unfair. You just want the most expensive things and you won't compromise. This isn't just about you, it's about other people too.
I do think about other people too. I think we'll all be happy if we go with my suggestion.
I think you should just do what Matt tells you to do. I think he has a good idea and you should just follow that. I don't want you to waste money now and then not have enough in the future. If we do what you want us to do, then there might be some problems ahead. I know best and my son knows best. You should just fall in line and do what we say.
If that's what you really want me to do. Have you got something to tell me?
What are you talking about?
Something to do with a car trip to the shopping mall?
What? How did you know that?
You logged in on my computer and I saw it. You forgot to log out, so it was easy for me to see.
It's a mistake. I think you got the wrong idea. I needed to buy some presents for my cousins, so I bought those things. I had no choice but to do it. You have to be nice to your family members.
Your cousin is 5 years old. Why would he need all that stuff? Do you think I'm dumb? I know that you bought all that for yourself. You might as well admit it, and then we can move on. Why does your 5-year-old cousin need a new tablet computer? Does he know how to operate a drone? Is that the best excuse you could think of? Do you think I'm going to believe that? I know what you were doing. You might as well own up. Don't tell me any more lies. I'm going to be really unhappy if you do. To think that I was going to spend my future with you. I really don't know what to think anymore. What about the car that you wanted to buy? Who was that for? Please don't say it was for your cousin. Were you going to buy that for yourself and then hope I wouldn't notice? What were you going to do? Drive off into the countryside where I couldn't find you? You need to be a man and start talking honestly about what you did. That car isn't cheap. You sure seem to like rewarding yourself. Where was the money to pay for this? I know that you won't be able to afford it. Were you really expecting me to pay for that? You always tell me that you don't have any money and you don't want to spend that much. But look at this. You seem to be a big spender.
I'm sorry, I really am. I should have been more honest with you. I didn't want to spend much money on you, and I'm really sorry about that. I don't like spending that much money, but I still like you. Just because I don't spend a lot of money on you doesn't mean you don't mean a lot to me.
I don't like to hear these excuses all of the time. I get really bored of it. You need to get explaining. I'm really not happy about this stuff. Keep talking. Are you buying these things for your mom? Is that what's going on here? You and her always seem to be planning things together. Is this what you were planning? I feel like you've been lying to me all this time and I don't know how I'm going to forgive you. How would you feel if I did this to you? You'd be mad about it, wouldn't you? You try to save money when it came to buying things for me and then you go and spend all this cash? What's wrong with you? Am I not important to you or something?
Helen, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to make you mad. I just didn't know how to explain things to you. I know I've done wrong and I know that I should have been nicer to you, but I have other things to spend money on too. It can't just be about you.
I don't think you can just say sorry for this and get away with it. I can't be happy with you anymore. I don't know if our marriage can go any further. I don't want to be with a man who saves money on his wife and then spends it all on himself. That's really not good and you should know that.
What are you saying? That you don't want to be married to me anymore? How can you change your mind just like that? We've been through so much together and we're so good with each other. You can't just walk away over a minor thing like this. We are stronger than this and you know it.
You're not very good at convincing me. I'm not going to have my mind changed so easily. What makes me angry is that you've been doing this for so long and I should have seen what was going on. You've been playing me for a fool and I can't forgive you for that.
Mom, Helen doesn't want to be married to me anymore. She says that it's over. What am I gonna do?
She said what? Is she joking? How can she do that?
I don't want you people to treat me like dirt. The marriage is over.
What? Over? Just because of this? This isn't a good enough reason to get a divorce. You need to just compromise with people a little bit.
I don't want to be in this family anymore. It's time for me to get out before it's too late. I don't want to wake up one day wishing that I'd been more bold. Now is the time to be bold, and that means this marriage is over. I can't wait to start my life without you. We just can't go on together. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to meet with you ever again. Just let me go. If you contact me again, then I'm going to tell the police. It's stalking, so please leave me alone. I'm so glad I got out of there while I had the chance. Why would I want to be with people who don't put me first? I can't accept what they did. Going behind my back and spending money like that, whilst at the same time telling me to be frugal? That's not the way you should treat people who mean a lot to you. I hope that I can find someone better, someone more suitable to my personality and needs. I realize now that the warning signs were there all along, but I just didn't take notice of them. That guy was really useless and I can do better. I know I can find someone better than him. He was very generous with himself, but wasn't prepared to be generous with me. What are we saving money for if it isn't to spend on ourselves? Why should we be that frugal after we get married? I don't want to live like that. There's really no need for it. You only live once and you have to spend money on yourself. I don't want to be living in a house with cheap furniture and things like that. It might have been a shock to them, but I really had no other option but to walk away and leave them on their own. I had to throw them to one side and be free again. It's the only way that I could be happy in life. I'm hoping to find a new man and start a wonderful new romance with him. I really want to find a man that doesn't want to be frugal with me. It's just too much to take. How could you do that? I want us to have a happy time together and live every day to the full. I think that's the way life should be. There's no point saving all your money. You only live once and you have to make yourself happy. Anyway, he's gone now and in the past, so I don't need to worry about him. Let's hope for good times ahead. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.